Hi, good
Good
morning. Can you hear me,
good morning,
Ranjan?
sir.
Looking
Yes,
smart, looking smart, looking smart. So, how's
thank
the
you.
weather in Patna?
It is really cold, but in last few days, since we are experiencing the sunlight now, so
Yeah,
in the
it should be getting
daytime,
better.
yeah, in day's time it is better, but early morning or in the evening it is still the same.
Yeah, after this Sankranti, Uttarayan, so we are
Yeah.
supposed to get an improvement in the weather, and it will be getting better by end of this month. You will be all right.
Yes, of course.
So, how's your coaching centers? How's your teaching? How's your job going on?
Everything is fine.
Okay. Anything worth mentioning since we met? I think we met around 10 days back.
Yeah. Uh,
So
Not 10 days. I mean, in the last year only. In this,
last
or
year, yeah,
hmm,
2022. Yeah, maybe that means more than 3 weeks. Mhm.
yeah,
So how's life, Ranjan?
yeah. Everything is fine, and I'm working. Whatever my resolution was, the same thing that I have to
Mhm.
work on my English, improve further so that I could establish myself as a better tutor.
Mhm. Mhm. So what else you do other than attending clapping sessions? Like this is a 30-minute session. Other than that, how much time you devote for improving your communication skills?
Just after the session, or maybe after a few hours, I would go back to the same recording just to check how I
All right.
performed. And
Mhm.
if I have something from there, some word meanings or some structure that I could have said differently. So for all
Okay.
those things, I review it myself. And apart from this, I make sure that every day I have to write something. So
Oh, you
for
write
half
a
an
journal
yeah,
or a
journal,
diary like.
yeah, diary like or something. Sometimes I look to the writing essays on different topics as well, but that is not possible to do on a regular basis. So journal is the thing that I never miss, but the essay one I sometimes miss.
Okay.
But I make sure that I have to write at least for a half an hour. And apart from that, read books. So reading, listening, writing, and speaking. I think, yeah,
LSRW. You're taking care of all the core skills of English,
yeah. I
right?
spend at least 1 hour on each, so
You
that
spend
it
one
could.
hour on each, so 4 hours
Yeah,
plus
yeah,
half an hour on Clapingo. Mhm.
right.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Hmm. Hmm. Right. So you said you write some journals. So what do you write normally? You write about your day, or you write something, you have some fiction, or you write something short stories, essays, or what do you write?
Sometimes I go for essays, for proper. For that, I would first read the same and then try to write in my own word. The
You
other times, yeah,
paraphrase the passage.
not the passage, like writing on any topic which I'm not aware of. Then
Okay.
before writing, I would go and read the same topic so that I
Mhm.
could make my own perception and then try to write in my own words.
Okay.
So
So
that
before
is,
writing,
and
you will try to gather as much information as
yeah,
possible. Then you
right,
write, right?
right.
Okay. Let me give you a topic. Whether you know about that, you can pass. Absolutely no issues. Have you heard about cryptocurrencies, bitcoins?
Yeah.
So, what's your take? What do you know about that? Whatever you know, just tell it in your simple way of explaining. Just let's imagine that you are telling this to a layman, a common man. So, just tell a common man what is a cryptocurrency, what is a Bitcoin.
So it is in the form of digital form, a digital form of money, if I say, and you can invest in this. Your money will get aggravated according to their rules, whatever they have to follow or the interest they add. So in that way, it is just like an investment, and for that you can for a claim and word, I would say that it is just like an online investment. where you are investing in some token money, I would say, but that has a real value. That is a form of token, but has a real value. So this is the little things that I know about this.
Okay. Have you heard about money and currency? What's the difference? Money and currency.
So money is the thing that you a source of transforming or exchanging something. Like you want to buy something, and then in exchange of that you are paying. So you are paying either in currency notes of 500 or 100 or 200 or even the coins. So those are the currency notes that is in the form of in the denomination of 100, 200, 500 to 2000, or the coins 1 to 10, whatever it is. So those are currency, but overall, when we think about the source that we are using for exchanging, it is money.
Wonderful definition. Wonderful. Brilliant. So how do you get all these information? You Google, or you read, or you listen to some podcast or some YouTube videos about these topics?
Now, since I become graduate, so I have some knowledge of economics. So I had read there was a special chapter of money in
Wow.
class 12.
Money doesn't grow on trees. Have you heard that?
Yeah,
Money
yes.
doesn't grow on trees. What's your take on that?
So this is a phrase that is used to explain someone that you will have to do hard work if you want to earn money. It's not a easy thing, and you should not be an extravagant person and spend uh, I mean prodigally, but you will have to learn the art of earning it, because it doesn't grow on trees. You will have to make a effort to earn it.
Wow. Prodigally, that's a good word you use. Prodigal. There's a novel called Prodigal Daughter by Jeffrey Archer. You should try to read that. Prodigal
Okay,
daughter who is splurging, no, very wealthy, but at the same time she is splurging money, shrinking rich, right?
right.
So,
Yeah,
so one of the major plan of demonetization, because I'm coming back to that, was like the incorporation or introduction of digital currency. So, what is digital currency? Same, I know. It's same like cryptocurrency, bitcoins
yeah.
are all in the form of digital or digitation. So, what's your take? What do you know about digital currency?
So surely there is a difference between digital currency and Bitcoin that I will have to read on that too. I do not have that deep knowledge in that. But when we actually talk about the digital currency or the digital mode, it is just about transforming the cash into digital form, like the way it has been being on an improvement in our country as well. We are using more often the either online services of banking system or the UPI of banking, uh, phone pay, Google Pay. So all these are the way of transferring your payment digitally. So that can be called in digital payment, and that
Are you
is
are you
yeah,
comfortable using this UPI system like GPay, Paytms? Are you okay with that?
yeah. I generally use phone pay.
Use phone pay, and how comfortable you are in dealing with like internet transactions like internet banking? Are you okay with that?
I have not have a first-hand experience of net banking because I have not used that. I ever since I started using, I have been using this phone pay only, and
So
I'm
what?
quite comfortable because it is easier, and sometimes it is a bit difficult for those who are not aware, because there are so many clickbaits or something, that kind of
Clickbaits,
clickbaits, yeah, clickbaits
baits.
and those kind of practices. But we have to be aware that we do not have to uh, press on the link button. whenever we get those kind of message, we straight away reject them. We do not have to look at them at all.
Well done, Raj. You have, you are well read. You have a lot of information about things around happening around. You are not ignorant about what's happening. So, what are the major pros and cons of digitalization? What do you think? What is
Uh,
the major merits, demerits, advantages, disadvantages of digitalization?
I would like to talk about the advantages first. Like if we talk about the direct benefit transfer of the government that is used instead of giving subsidies, in place of giving subsidies.
Mhm.
So that is a very big advantage in itself, because earlier when it was not there in the other system, the chances of corruption was high, and because of that direct benefit transfer, it is going directly to the beneficiaries. So in the process, it is not going from one to the other uh, a staff member, so it goes directly to the beneficiary, and it is a nice option. But even in that, there are some loopholes, and people are generally designed in a way that they always try to find some loopholes and then take advantage of that. So to that level, we will have to do micromanagement for that, and only then we would be able to write all the benefits. So I cannot go that deep, but if we talk about the disadvantages, the only the thing is that the cybercrime, or those who are unable to use clearly, those who are ignorant, they can be become victim of those people who are there to take advantage of those people, and that is a big challenge. That how can we enlighten every people to use this kind of things?
Raj, we are a population of 1.4, almost 1.4 billion.
Right.
And are we ready to take this plunge? What is the digital literacy rate of our country? How many people, especially in the rural or village areas, they are digitally literate? Do you think everyone can do all these transactions? Do you have
Yeah.
enough like internet connectivity in all these places? Without internet, how can you do that?
Yeah, that is the biggest challenge in front of us, because like I explained earlier, that those people who are unable to use, the first thing, they are not using, and if some of them are using, then they are more prone to this kind of frauds. And once anyone is deceived, the others are reluctant to use the same thing again, and the same person is reluctant to use that kind of facility again. So we will have to look all of these things, and of course, to make it possible, we will have to reach to all those people, because right now generally only the metropolitan cities or the cosmopolitan cities dwellers are using this kind of facilities, not everyone. Even in those areas, some people, those are of conservative mind, those who believe in their practices that they have done in whole of their life. So they are more on those things, and that is why it is a big challenge. And of course, the internet connectivity is also a challenge, because in villages we do not have that much facilities of internet as well.
Oh, brilliant. I'm impressed. I'm impressed, Raj. So let's relax. So let me ask you some practical issues, like practical question. Suppose you have to pay some money to someone. For example, you have to send me or give me in person, or like for that matter, say I'm with you in Patna. So you have to give me like 5,000 rupees. So, what are the options? How can you give me that money? How can you transfer that money to me? What are the options available right now?
So if you are in Patna, then I can give the cash to your hand as well.
Wow. Option number one,
The first
you can
offer.
pay by cash. Simple,
Yeah.
easy peasy way of giving, that is by cash. Option number two,
And option number two is the online, or even
online
the
payment like internet
online payment.
transfer.
And apart from that, if we go back to the conventional way, there I might give you a check or even a
Wow.
draft.
Option number three, you have a
Yeah.
check. And yes, that's good. And option
And
number
when
four,
we talk about the UPI, I can transfer you online or
you
by
said it.
Phone Pay or Google Pay if you are using it, and if you are convenient to take that.
Wow. So you gave me all the four options. Option number four, cash, internet transfer, and the conventional way of transferring money, giving a check, or the final one, the latest one, you can go by UPI. Or suppose I send you my QR code. And can you do that transaction
Yeah, of
using my
course,
QR
and
code?
that is the
What is a QR code?
when we talk about the UPI payment, the QR code is the safest way to transfer it, because
Wow.
in sometimes it happens because of the technical glitch that the messages are not going, you have transferred, and you have got the message that the account has been uh, debited from your side, but it
Mhm.
has not been credited to the person you are to the
Exactly.
receiving.
Exactly.
So that, but in the case of QR code, it becomes more easy because there is no chance of those technical glitch.
I send you my QR code. How will you use that code? It's in your WhatsApp message. I send it to you
Yeah,
by WhatsApp. How
I
do you
would
use that?
simply scan that, and then I will get the option of payment.
How do you scan that? You have only one phone. It's in your WhatsApp. How do you scan that? Should you
Uh,
use another phone?
no, not another phone.
You can save
Uh,
that image. That is
yeah,
an image in
yeah,
your
save that.
gallery. And when you're going for the QR code option, you have another option, a sub option. Get it from gallery. Yes, go to gallery
Yeah,
and then
right, right,
try, then
right,
select that image, and you're done. It's easiest method of transferring. Great.
right.
Uh, That's it. Relax. So much of money matters. And do you like to save or do you like to spend? Are you a spendthrift? Are you whatever you save, whatever you earn, money, money saved is money earned. Do you believe in that?
uh, yes, of course. No matter what, how much one is making, but one should always make a room for saving, because it is essential uh, for our contingencies. We should always have some contingency reserve in our account.
Mm-hmm. So, whatever you earn, how much should you spend? How much should you save? Like 30%, 50-50, 40-60, or 80-20?
It will vary from person to person, but in if we talk about in general, one should always save at least 30% or 25% maybe.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So at the beginning, when we started this session, you're talking about writing journals and how to improve your spoken skills, and you're talking about LSRW. How do you improve your vocabulary? You have some students. You try to help them to improve their communicative English and articulation, spoken English. What is the proven method you tell them or suggest them to improve
For
their vocabulary?
for improving vocabulary, there, if you have to go slow, I mean, instead of learning or trying to mug up 10 or 15 words a day, just learn one or two words and then try to make as many sentences from those words as possible, so that it fits in your mind in a way that you do not have to search for it while talking. Otherwise, when talking, we use simple words, even though we know this. the tough one of the synonyms of those words we are unable to use. For example, if I am talking, I would say hungry, even though I know the word uh, starving or famished, but I won't be able to use them. Only if I make 20 sentences from those words, then it will fit in my mind, and that is the only
Stay in
proven
your
way.
mind.
Stay
Wow.
in, yeah.
Some people, if you see some YouTubes or some people, some coaches will say, daily learn 5 words. Daily you learn 10 words. Expand your vocabulary by learning 25 words a day. And you started learning, oh my God, my coach told me I have to learn minimum 5 words, and you learn 5 words, exasperating. One word, exhilarating, famished, starved, parched. So, okay, 5 words you learned. How are you going to use that? This is not connected. There's something, say, you haven't learned that in the context. You haven't learned that how to make sentences, meaningful sentences using that word. Simply learned 5 words. Like, for example, simple, if you tell the kids like table, chair, window, computer, sky, water, road, building. Can you speak like sentence? Yes, I'm going to start speaking in English. Please listen. Road, sky, cupboard, fan, curtain. Is it English sentence? No. You are simply telling some words. It's not syntactically correct, and there is no meaning in that. So when we are telling simple way, you said it right. Like learn at least 2 or 3 minimum. Don't go for more than like 2 or 3. Or if you are so curious about learning or anxious to learn, you can go for 5, not more than that. So there is a
Right.
rule of 3. Rule of 3. So I suggest that rule of 3. Follow rule of 3. 3 words a day. Three
Right.
words a day, and you have to make minimum 3 sentences using that word. That
Yeah.
word. Okay? That is like, for example, exasperated. For example, exasperated means I am tired, I'm annoyed. No, you have a problem, you are not able to solve it. You have been working on that for the whole night, or you have to do some project work and you are not able to close that or complete that. You are so tired, overwhelming. So then you can say, I'm exasperated. So you make 3 sentences. Rule of 3. Make 3 sentences using that word. So 3 words a day, 3 sentences each word, and 3 times minimum you should say that sentence and that word aloud.
Right.
Make 3 sentences and use that word, say that word aloud, minimum 3 times, maximum up to you, Ranjan. You can use it for 10 times, you can say it aloud for 15 times. So
Right. Right.
that, yeah. And evenings, you do this, I would suggest to do that because you are fresh, your mind is fresh, and you can do that in the morning. And evening, before you sleep, very important thing, what's that? Evenings, what you should do?
You should. One should try to revise what all he did.
Revise,
Yeah.
review that words. That is important. That is pertinent to when you are talking about something, learning vocabulary. So simple
Right.
things. If the word there's a will, there's a way. Do you believe in that, Ranjan?
Right.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. Of course.
Wow. So you write journals. Have you ever tried anything else, writing or publishing or something? Or you write some poems or write short stories?
No, not up to now. But
Okay,
sometimes
okay.
I feel that I mean, I feel like I have not an improved version of my writing. So it is just
Mm.
basic. So if I can reach up to that level, then I might think of publishing it.
One of my students was asking me, sir, I want to improve my writing. I'm simply able to write only simple sentences. I'm going, I'm eating, I'm tired. Please come here, teach me. Like they're telling that simple sentences. I want to go for to make like compound and complex sentences. I said, as long as you are able to say simple sentences, so keep it simple. That's my philosophy. What is your philosophy of writing? Keep it simple.
Yeah, I mean, the writing skill doesn't require the uh, best structures, but it only the ideas, and it should be organized in a better way. Even if the sentences are simple or vocabularies are simple, but the ideas should be logical, and it should be organized in a better way so that it looks like a proper essays or something like that.
There is a term called KISS, KISS, not the physical kiss I'm talking about. Keep it simple and straight. When you're talking,
Okay.
when you're writing, keep it
Right.
simple and straight. It's a good thing, people think that if you want to speak or you want to make an impression, you should use like a difficult and different or long words like blocks, cinehilification, like our Shashi Tharoor.
Yeah, but instead of that, we can use worthless.
Simple words. So that's what I told you. Make it kiss, keep it simple and straight. Doesn't it sound good? It's simple.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, what are the novels or the books you try to read to improve your English? Like what kind
Generally,
of books?
I have read self-help improvement books by now,
Mhm,
and one or
mhm.
two fictional books.
Okay. To improve your English, I would suggest try to read novels
Yeah,
because novels are full of dialogues. Full of
right.
dialogues, people will be talking, conversing. If you read newspaper, you get to know some news. But if you read a novel, try to read some novels of Indian authors, right? Like Chetan Bhagat and all. Or if you are very comfortable, you can go and read like novelists like Jeffrey Archer, Sidney Sheldon. You can read that. But initially, when you are a beginner, I would suggest go with Indian authors so you can understand the story better in an Indian context of things.
Yeah,
Always try that. So once
right.
you complete a novel, you'll feel a lot of changes in the way you speak or the way you think and articulate.
Right.
Try to read that.